Gomosta. Who said konnichiwa? Hello friends. I have books for you that I need you to choose for me to read. 4 of these books I own. 1 of them I don't. I saw Cassidy do one of these, and she had a book on her list, and I was like, ooh, I like. So that is going to be the first one that I propose to you. I don't know the synopsis for this. Shall I pull it up on the Goodreads? That would be something that would be beneficial, would it not? Oh, this is a long synopsis, so let's just dive right in to it. Also, it says if you're a fan of Priory of the Orange Tree in Castlevania, it might like this. I, as we all know, haven't yet finished Priory, but I loved the animated series Castlevania. I'm not the first person to do this kind of video. Cassidy's recently done one. A lot of other people do this as well. I'm not claiming it's an original idea, just to put it out there. Okay, so the first book is Silver Under Nightfall by Rinchi Pecco, and this is the cover, and this is the synopsis. So, Remy Pendergast is many things, the only son of Duke Valborn, though his father might wish otherwise, an elite bounty hunter of rogue vampires and an outcast among his fellow reapers. His mother was a subject of gossip even before she eloped with a vampire, giving rise to the rumours that Remy is half vampire himself. Ooh. Though the kingdom of Aluria barely tolerates him, Remy's father has been shaping him into a weapon to fight for the kingdom at any cost. Can we just explain, why do people do that? Why do people and parents in these kinds of books always try and use their children as weapons? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. When a terrifying new breed of vampire is sighted outside of the city, Remy prepares to investigate alone. But then he encounters a shockingly warm-hearted vampire heiress, Xiaodan Song. Please don't hate me if I pronounce that wrong. I'm trying. And her infuriatingly arrogant fiancé, vampire lord Zidan Malik, who may hold the key to defeating the creatures. Though he knows associating with them won't do his reputation any favours, when he's offered a spot alongside them to find the truth about the mutating virus rot that's plaguing the kingdom, Remy faces a choice. It's one he's certain he'll regret. But as the 3 face dangerous hardships during their journey, Remy develops a fond and complicated feelings for the couple. He begins to question what he holds true about vampires, as well as the story behind his own family legacy. As the rot continues to spread across the kingdom, Remy must decide where his loyalties lie, with his father and the kingdom he's been trained all his life to defend, or the vampires who might just be the death of him. Correct me if I'm wrong. That hinted at some polyamory there. I may be wrong. Complicated feelings. Is that platonic or relationship? I know not. Would you like me to read this in the month of October? Please vote yes if you would like me to read that. And don't mean vote yes, I mean write that down as an option if you'd like me to read that one. The other option, number 2, is How Not to Be a Vampire Slayer. And this is by Katie Birchall. I was gifted this last year by Norrie's Library when we were doing a spoopathon spooky gift exchange that Spoops does on her Patreon every now and again. So it's been on my TBR a year and I've not touched it, other than move it from one position to another on my shelves. Never go into those skeleton woods, not if you want to come out alive, that is. Maggie Helper isn't afraid of spooky legends and she's willing to prove it, but when she agrees to a dare to venture into the forest, she doesn't expect to find 1. A creepy castle enchanted against humans, 2. A vegetarian vampire who wants to be her friend, and 3. An ancient book naming her as the latest of the Hellsby Slayers. Maggie beside her family, her new human friends, and the greedy mare Cauliflower that their nocturnal neighbours need protecting just as much as they do, or will her neck be on the line? This is a middle grade, I think. It seems middle grade and it's small. Next up, we have book 4 in the series that I'm currently reading by Tracy Wolf. I can't tell you about this one, shiny one, but I can tell you about Crave in general. So this, I don't know if what the series is called, if it's the Crave series, but it's a series about vampires. And it starts with a girl called Grace who has to move away and live with her eccentric uncle, or so she feels, his eccentric uncle, in a boarding school. And she finds that all is not what it seems. She meets some nice people, some not so nice people, and she finds out that, you know, vampires and werewolves and all those creatures she thought were myths may not be myths after all. And this is book 4. I need to read this before Cherish and Charm come out, but I've been putting this chunk off for a while because I've heard that it breaks people, so I don't know. If this gets the most votes, I'll be reading it. It's like 600, 700 pages, but I'll do it for the vlog. Next, I think I know there's a couple of people who are going to choose this book before I even hold it up. And if we've discussed this in lives in the last couple of weeks. The Southern Book Club Guides to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I get that wrong every single time. I can't say it right first time. I don't know why. So, I know Becca DNF'd this because of the sexism in this. It's supposed to be like Stepford Housewife-ish, but making vampires, as far as I'm aware. So in those kinds of books and stuff, there is sexism. If I know that going in, then I'm fine reading it for the most part. A lot of books that I read that are high fantasy involve a lot of sexism and racism, and especially Babel that I've just been reading, buddy reading with Danny, that sexism and racism is rife in that. So if I know that's going in, then I'm prepared. Do you know what I mean? So it says, Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. At these meetings, they're as likely to talk about the Manson family as they are about their own families. One evening after book club, Patricia is viciously attacked by an elderly neighbour, bringing the neighbour's handsome nephew James Harris into her life. James is well travelled and well read, and he makes Patricia feel things she hasn't felt in years. But when children on the other side of town go missing, their deaths written off by local police, Patricia has reason to believe James Harris is more of a Bundy than a Brad Pitt. The real problem? James is a monster of a different kind, and Patricia has already invited him in. Little by little, James will insinuate himself into Patricia's life and try to take everything that she took for granted, including the book club, but she won't surrender without a fight in this blood-soaked tale of neighbourly kindness gone wrong. If you would like me to read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, this will be my first soiree into Hendrix if you do pick this. This is option 4. And option 5 is a nice, comfy, cozy, cute YA called The Coldest Touch that was... I hate this cover, but it is the one that we got in Fairy Loot. Isabel Sterling. Another one that's been on my shelf for a few months. Let's dive into the synopsis. Elise is cursed. Every time she touches someone, she experiences how they will die. And when she predicts, but is unable to prevent her brother's death, Elise is desperate to escape her terrible gift. Then she meets Claire, a vampire tasked with helping Elise master her rare powers and recruiting her to the Veil, a secret organisation determined to protect the paranormal world at all costs. At first, Elise is reluctant to work with a vampire, but when she predicts a teacher's imminent murder, she's determined to stop the violent death. As Elise and Claire grow closer, Elise begins to wonder, can she really trust someone tasked with securing her loyalty? Someone who could so easily kill her, someone who might hold the key to unravelling her brother's mysterious death. These 4 here, plus silver under Nightfall, there'll be a picture here somewhere, are your options for the vampiric vlog. They're all your options. All 3 videos are now up, and all 3 forms will be available for you to complete. I hope you're nice to me. As always, I haven't told you which one I prefer and which ones I am not so keen on reading yet, because I want to leave it wholeheartedly up to you guys. and I don't want to sway your opinions. So, same here as I am with the other two. I will check this at the beginning of October, and I will just work it into whatever TBR I'm working with. If you would like to see more from me, and see more videos from Le Channel, then please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're reading this spooky season, because I'm interested. If you have any recommendations, it doesn't have to be spooky, witchy or vampire books. Anything, I do now have a Google form that you can fill in with your recommendation, and I will do individual reviews on those books. I will also look at maybe doing a vlog if some have similar themes. The Google form will be linked down in the description in every single video I post going forward, because I'm enjoying doing individual book reviews. I hope that you are all having a lovely afternoon, evening or night wherever you may be. Until next time, be kind, be happy and stay true to you, and I will see you all in the next video.